Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 Spring Fulton County Accountability Court ceremony. I am John Collins, the Program Director. We do apologize for our tardy start, but technology got the best of us today. We are very excited today because we have graduates from all three of our programs, our Behavioral Health Treatment Court program, our Veterans Court program, and our Drug Court program. I want to welcome and thank all of our partners and supporters who are joining us in person, on Zoom, and YouTube today, hence the technical difficulties. We definitely want to thank our participants and their families who are a huge part of what we do and each participant's recovery process. We want to thank the program staff who continue to work with our participants every day. And I would be remiss if I didn't make a special mention for some returning staff in the courtroom today. We are so happy to have Ms. Agundape and Mr. Brewer with us. I want to thank our judges, Judge Richardson with our Behavioral Health Treatment Court program, Judge Glanville with our Veterans Court program, and our Drug Court judges, Judge McBurney and Judge Krause, and of course their chamber staff and support teams. We want to mention our friends at the Public Defender's Office, the District Attorney's Office, Community Supervision, Superior Court Administration, especially their IT guys today. We want to thank the Fulton County Sheriff's Office and our friends at the Hope and Healing Foundation, our charity arm who generously sponsored our gift bags for each graduate today. We also want to thank Fulton County government and the Board of Commissioners. Unfortunately, Vice Chair Hall could not be with us today, but she does send her congratulations, and she asked that each graduate be on the lookout for a personal congratulatory letter from her next week. Well, without further ado, we will start our program, and the first order of business today is our invocation, and that will be with graduate Thomas Kine. Thank you.
Hello. Oh, up here?
Yes, sir.
Hello, let me say welcome to all those that were gracious enough to attend, and offer a thank you from the spring graduating class of April 2022. I'll take this moment to lead us in prayer. Our Father, we thank you for being with us as this chapter in our life comes to a close. We ask that you always continue to be with us as we start writing to the next. We also ask for all those that couldn't make it today, that you continue to guide them with peace. Amen.
Thank you so much. And now we will invite another graduate, Allison Allen, with our reflection.
Hey everybody, I have social anxiety, so I just want to say that we did it and we made
it. Thank you so much, Miss Allen. And so without further ado, we are going to start with our presentation of certificates. And so first of all, we'd like to welcome Judge Emily Richardson with our Behavioral Health Treatment Court to the podium. And the first graduate is once again Miss Allen.
Come on, Miss Allen. Not gonna let you off that easy. Here, come on, stay on the street. All right, Miss Allen. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do these. We're gonna award you with your medal. Congratulations. Your certificate. Yeah, there you go. All right, so I want to say a little bit about Miss Allen. So she came into the program in August of 2020. So right in the middle of the pandemic, and has stuck it out through this, but has just been an extraordinary participant in behavioral health court and has come so far. And that's what we're just so amazed by. She really learned how to cope with her some anger and aggression, and learn to master that, which is huge. And it's something that every single one of us in this room, I'm sure, has had to deal with at one time or another. And she has really worked on it and really made incredible strides. So that is what's so impressive about her. But what's really remarkable is that Ms. Allen has taken what she has learned in behavioral health court and is giving back. She has served as a peer mentor in MRT for those groups, and then as the program as a whole. She's a mental health advocate on social media. She has also completed the Respect Institute and is now a public speaker who shares her mental health and substance history with others. And so I always say, what's so incredible is that you're doing this program not only for yourself, but when you can then take what you've learned and give back and help others who are struggling, because no one understands like you. You have been there, you have walked the walk, and now you are helping others in that journey. And that's just a true gift that you are giving to other people, and that's incredible. So now this phase of her journey has come to a close. We're ready to start the next phase, and we're so excited. But since being in the program, she's already started exciting new ventures, her cosmetics company. She's doing great with that, published her own book on Amazon, which is incredible. And her plans now are to finish writing and self-publishing her second book, Diary of a Broken Soul. Hopefully look for it on Amazon too. And keep expanding the cosmetics business and continue your public speaking engagements. And I understand your goal is to get your license and resume driving. Yay! Very strides, and you are giving back, and it's just you deserve tons of credit for that.
Thank you.
Any BHTC staff want to say anything?
Well, as Allison knows, we're extremely proud of her and the accomplishments that she made while in the program. She came in and she hit the ground rolling and running. And what I love most about her is that as we were pouring into her, she was pouring into others who deal with similar issues as the participants in our program. And I know that she will go far to stay supported, to stay focused, and again, very proud of you.
Yeah, Ms. Allen, when you first joined the program, I knew you were going to make it from the first year. And she said, I didn't come here to fail. I'm going to be out here in 16 months, 18 months. Because I come here to do the program, I want to do everything you want to. You did. So with that, I'm going to give you a gift back from us. And you'll touch this.
Sal, do you want to say? I know you said you had social anxiety, and so you don't have to, but if you would like to say anything, now is your opportunity.
I just want to say, trust your own process, everyone. That's what I had to do, and it wasn't easy, but I did it.
Thank you so much. And Judge Richardson, next we will have Dominique Nelson.
All right, Mr. Nelson, come on. All right, congratulations, Mr. Nelson. All right, you graduated. And here's the certificate. Yay. All right, we are so thrilled that Mr. Nelson has made it to this day. He has just persevered. He came into the program before I actually joined BHTC, but he has just really given it his all and pushed through. You know, there are speed bumps along any of the paths we take in life, and you were not immune to those, but you persevered and you kept going. And that is just an incredible achievement. I hope that you are incredibly proud of what you have done to make it through this program. You've done a really incredible job. You have really taken some huge strides in gaining some insight into what really you need to, on your path, to have a stable, healthy journey, right? You took all the lessons that you were being taught in behavioral health court and internalized and said, what is it that I'm going to need to turn this new chapter into a whole wonderful new story for me? And you really have done that. So you have also maintained employment for the longest period of your life since being in the program, which is incredible. So that's amazing. You're recognizing that, with sobriety and with the tools in the toolbox that behavioral health court has given you, that you are now able to really accomplish whatever dreams you have for yourself. So we're incredibly proud of that. After graduation, you plan to continue with your sobriety and travel. Where's someplace you want to go?
I'm going somewhere with my mom, maybe to the beach or something.
Oh, gotta take mama. I love that. And you're also talking about starting a business with your brother. So that's fantastic. Well, we wish you the best of luck in both of those endeavors. And we know you're going to accomplish incredible things, as you've done so well. So, all right, anyone from BHTC?
So Dominique, we made it. I'm so happy. We've been to that almost like an inch away twice before. But this time you finished strong. You didn't let off the gas. You kept pushing the gas, and you passed the finish line. And I am so proud of you for not giving up on yourself. I want to thank your mom for being an ongoing support. The duration of you being in the program, it has meant so much to him to have your support. And I know with your mom's support, you're going to go far. And you got this. Like you said, you just got to do it. Right? Good luck.
Mr. Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Well, like they say, there's a lot of bumps in the road and you hit every one of them. But like I was giving you the analogy about the prize fight.
Yes, sir.
You're in the 9th round, on one knee, you got back up and you kept fighting. You overcame your obstacles and you're doing great. I want you to take all the information that you learned from this program and play it cool. Okay. With that, you will go far. I'm going to give you this gift bag and a little tasty treat.
Do you want to say anything?
Thank everybody from the program for keep on pushing, keep doing what y'all doing. It all turned out, it all worked. It don't look all good in the beginning, but it all worked out. It helps. So thank everybody in the program.
Aww.
Okay, well, next we'd like to welcome for Veterans Court Judge Oral Glanville and our first Veterans Court graduate today, Mr. Nathan Fitton.
Thank you, Judge.
Proud of you. I entered the Veterans Court as one of its judges in June of last year after rolling out of family court. And I met Mr. Fitton at that point in time because he's been in since September of 2020. So let me give him a little bit of heck because he's an honorably served Marine, former Marine. Always a Marine.
Yeah.
But Marines, he's had some problems. I mean, he hasn't hit every bump in the road, but he's hit a few and everything's kind of come flying out and everything else. But I've been very proud of him because he's like a true Marine. He's overcome, adapted, and improvised with the tools he's learned from the program. And he's been a big success. He's had several health challenges during this particular period of time. But I'm most proud of him for a couple of things. One of them is he became a peer ambassador to our program. So people who are assessing into the program, he mentors them and he guides them through the process of recovery. And I think that's so important. And during this period of time, you've reconnected with your family,
Yes,
which is, as we all know, is a huge bit of support for all of us who are going through sobriety. And he's just not through right now. He's going to use all the tools to be successful, but his future plans he plans to move to the Philippines and set up an orphanage. So, I mean, not just a small little goal, but a big goal. And we couldn't be more proud of you and Veterans Treatment Board. And I'd like to go ahead and give you your medal at this point in time. Is there anybody from the staff that wishes to add anything at this point?
Sure. Mr. Fitton, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to know you, to follow you alongside your journey. As Judge Glanville stated, I think one of the key things that I've always known about you is you know how to access and use your resources. And that's very important because it takes a village, as we have seen. And we need outside support, and you being able to know where to get it and how to get it is extremely important for you long term. I look forward to seeing you as you take off this orphanage and also looking at some of your photography that may come along the way. But congratulations, it's been a pleasure, and thank you.
The floor, okay, go ahead.
I haven't known Mr. Fitton very long. I mean, I've known him, but I didn't work with him but about a month, maybe 2 months. And from day one, he has impressed me how he gets things done. Mr. Nathan Fitton has a plan, everybody. When he says he's gonna do something, he does it. And he doesn't, we give him a homework assignment, guess what? Nathan Fitton is the first one to have it to me the very next day. So Mr. Fitton, you are gonna go a long way. You have planned your life out. You know, life doesn't always go out like we plan it, but you have a plan in which way you wanna go. And I think you're gonna be very successful at wherever you go and whatever you do. Congratulations.
All right, Mr. Fitton, floor is yours. What would you like to share with us?
It was mine, okay. We did it. We did it. I want to first thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without my higher power, I would not be here today. I want to thank my family and friends, especially my mother, my brother, my Aunt Michelle, and my sponsor, Sam. They have kept me going in dark times. You have encouraged me to not only finish this program, but to go enjoy life and reach my dreams after this program. You have watched and helped me turn into a better man, and I'm so thankful. We as a family overcame 3 deaths last year and a tumor on my pituitary gland. With my family and drug court staff, I don't think I would have, without them, I wouldn't have made it. I want to thank Mr. Brewer. Thank you, Mr. Brewer. For always being there for me and speaking favor and blessings over my life. I want to thank Mr. Gunapay. Thank you, Mr. Gunapay. Thank you for keeping me, for giving me a chance even when I made mistakes. I want to thank Ms. Franklin for always keeping me smiling and laughing. Mr. Barnes for his words of encouragement. I want to thank Ms. Reeves for stepping up to bring us to the finish line. I want to thank Ms. Kendrick because of your tough love. I was able to make it through MRT. The peer support staff, Ms. Rogers for always being there for me. Ms. Truth for always being positive, and Mr. Mack for always keeping it 100. I want to thank Mr. Ward and Ms. Sistrom for always getting me, greeting me and encouraging me. I want to thank Mr. Smith for encouraging me also, and the security staff for always greeting me with a smile and encouraging words. I want to thank all the staff for their words of wisdom that I will never forget. The encouragement, the strength, the prayers, and giving me hope. I want to thank Judge Glanville. You pushed me to be a better me. Thank you. Some of the people aren't here, so. I want to thank for giving me a better, making me a better me, and the entire staff did. I came to this program not knowing anyone or anything about staying clean, and Fulton County staff has become a family. I want to thank the gentlemen. I want to thank you gentlemen for riding with me along this road. And also, for graduating with me. It's been an honor to fight in the war of sobriety with you. I wish you all the best, and I'm a phone call away and an email away. If I left anyone out, I'm sorry, but I thank everyone I have come into contact with because you have made an impact in my life, and you won't be forgotten. We did it, but the fight on sobriety is still at hand. we must continue to do the things that got us here and never forget what we have learned. Thank you.
Okay, and next we are going to invite our next veteran graduate, Richard Rogers.
All right. All right, brother. All right. Well, congratulations, Richard, to begin with. Like I said, I started in the Veterans Corps program last summer, July 1, and Mr. Rogers had already been there from the fall. He started July of 2020. He's a U.S. Air Force veteran. What strikes me about him along his path is that he has used all of the tools that we have taught him to overcome some very significant issues in his life, the continuing sobriety, but some family issues. And he's handled it with a lot of grace. And I'm most proud of him for that. But through that travel, and I think we talked about this before, Richard, you didn't get everything, but you did reestablish a relationship with your daughter. I think that watching you do that and the thankfulness and the grace that you exhibited doing that while staying clean and sober, I'd just like to ask you to build upon that and continue that as you have thus far. He's had some medical issues, but he's also been in full compliance. I think he's a healthier Richard Rogers. And he's lost some weight, and the biggest thing is he quit smoking. All good things. Richard, what are you going to do in the future? Because I don't think we have anything about you. Well, what are your future goals? If you want to just take that and share a little bit about with us this time.
Well, due to my poor choices, I wasn't able to continue to work because I spent some time behind the bars here in this lovely city. Once I got out and was given the opportunity to participate in this program and make the decision to finally change some things in my life, make better choices, be responsible, I now have the opportunity to move forward and get my business going again. I purchased a truck last weekend with the benefit of my life partner, Miss Harriet Lutz. We were able to get finance, which is something that we didn't think we'd be able to do. And so that opens the door that I can get a website and start doing my decorative concrete business again and be a productive member of society.
Amen. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Ms. Sistrunk or Ms. Reeves, anything you wish to add?
So, Mr. Rogers, you came in kicking and screaming and mad as hell. Very much. But there was a reason why, you know? And so in the course of the time of you being in our program and being able to unpack some of that baggage that you were carrying on your shoulders, it lightened your load. And so as you started to lighten your load, your mood started to improve and things weren't so bad after all. So now you're leaving out a respectful gentleman. It has been a pleasure to know you and to work alongside you. Congratulations on this moment, and I know you're going to be super successful in everything that you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for holding me.
Ms. Reeves.
Congratulations, Mr. Rogers. You have kept me on my toes. Mr. Rogers calls a lot, and he gives me a lot of reminders of what I'm supposed to be doing. And I have to tell him, thank you, Because a lot of those times when he would call and say, Ms. Reeves, did you check this? Did you check? And I have to stop, I pause and I go, yeah, I did, but I'm gonna do it again, just to ensure. But I just wanna wish you all the luck. If you do move to Myrtle Beach, we'll have to look you up sometime when I come that way. I like coming that way also. But good luck in all your endeavors, and you have just been a great guy to work with.
Thank you very much, Mr.
All right. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Rogers, anything?
Yes, sir, there's a thing or two.
Go right ahead, go right
I
ahead.
don't know if you noticed, but I did pay homage to you over here. You noticed, you remember that picture that we took in the courtroom?
Oh, gosh, yes, I did, yeah.
You made the vision, boy.
Thank you so much.
Let me say, this is definitely a new experience for me. Being in the courtroom and not wearing a jumpsuit. And not being the guest of one. So that's a good place to be right now. When I entered this program, I had to admit that I had a bag of secrets and I was dishonest. And thanks to Miss Kendrick, she helped me get through that with all the patience that anyone could ever expect. I've always been very competitive in nature and achieved success in just about anything that I tried to do as I was growing up. So it was a real challenge for me to admit my mistakes on a repeated basis, weekly in the MRT program. And I credit Ms. Kendrick for helping me get through that. For decades, my behavior of self-medicating to ease my pain only led to negative consequences of jails and prisons. Disappointing my parents and my daughter hurt the positive progression of our relationship and put distance between us. Years of tears and lost time. So I want to say thanks to the staff at Fulton County Veterans Accountability Court Program, all of those who helped me through CBI, Mr. Barnes, who has also been an unbelievable influence and so kind and understanding in our conversations over the year and in this program. Ms. Franklin, thank you. You've been my champion. Ms. Graff, Mr. Mcpherson, everybody has contributed to my success in this program. And I am clean for 25 years, 25 months now. And that's a good place to be. So, understanding and offered encouragement and confidence in my ability to successfully navigate this pathway of recovery. If not for their input, direction, and efforts, I would not be here today. So I want to say thank you all for showing me that life can be fulfilling and giving me the tools and desire to live a clean, productive life. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Next, we would like to switch gears to our drug court graduates and invite Judge Rachel Krause with graduate Gregory Smith.
Hey, Mr. Smith, come on over here. So that way I'm a little shorter than the podium here. So that way we can be seen. How are you? Give me a hug. How are you doing? It's good to see you. So while you're leaning down, let me go ahead and give you this, which you have earned most definitely. I just want to take a few minutes to say, I've heard a couple of things today that are a consistent pattern in these types of courts, and they are definitely something that I see with Mr. Smith. And that one is the ability when you come into drug court and you decide to work the program and to to get clean and to go through this process, how much it helps your relationships. Either it helps you strengthen them, or it may help you rebuild ones that were completely gone. And I know with Mr. Smith, that really was the story that we talked about every time we talked, was the strength of his relationship with his wife, and how important that relationship was to him, and how important it was for him to be able to be there for her, and to be a caretaker and a helpmate and a partner for her. I also have heard, and that is also a consistent pattern with Mr. Smith, is that this issue of having some health challenges, right? So Mr. Smith had maybe not been taking the best care of his health in the world. And so one of the things that he worked with our team to do was to master that, right? Was to realize that it was important to take care of himself, both mentally, emotionally, and physically. And he really has made a real commitment to that, especially. Mr. Smith started the program in February of 2020. And so, boom, like less than a month in, let's change everything we just told you we were going to do. And somehow he managed, he took maybe the scenic route a little ways, right? But he got there. He figured out the technology hurdles that we all had to learn how to deal with, and he got there. He got here today. And I know that Mr. Smith is someone that he sort of keeps to himself, kind of quiet. And I know his goal is to have a nice, quiet, drama-free retirement. And that's what I'm looking forward to for you. And I just want to tell you how happy and proud I am for you to have completed this, and how much I wish for you that you get to have that nice, quiet retirement.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Now, does anybody from our drug court program want to say anything to Mr. Smith?
Sure. Mr. Smith, the road was long and hard, but you persevered and you stuck and stayed and you made it through. And as a result, you're here today. So congratulations. And just remember that whenever you hit another bump in the road, just know that you have the resilience and you have what it takes to make it through.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yes.
So much. Thank you.
One
more.
Yeah.
Just want to say congratulations to you. Congratulations, and you have done a terrific job. Where's Mr. Smith's wife? Oh, yeah. He speaks about you
All the time.
daily.
All the
You
time.
are the best support system, and I hope you all continue on this journey just the way you are right now. He speaks so highly of you daily. So thank you for being a support for him. But congratulations, Mr. Smith, you've done a terrific job, and however long it may have taken you, but you're here at the line now, and so go for it.
I will. Thank you so much, Ms. Reed.
Anything you want to say, Mr. Smith?
Yes, ma'am, I got this one.
Okay.
I can't remember all these names like Mr. Fitton did, but I just want to thank the whole staff, Mr. Brewer, Ms. Gondapay, Miss Franklin, my kindergarten teacher. I'd like to thank all of y'all. It's been a long journey, and the program been very, encouraging for me. Been through some drug programs before, back in 20 years ago, but yeah, I'd like to thank all y'all, and it's been good. I picked the tools up, and I had a couple fumbles, but I got to the finish line.
Right.
So I got a little philosophy I wanted to share with everybody. Something I learned 20 years ago kind of stick with me. The desire for recovery is a better way of life. The basics of our new destiny. The disease of addiction have overpowered us, and we were alone. And in that loneliness was hopelessness. We were destined for death, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. We travel a different road, but eventually find ourselves on the same path, the path of desperation. However, thanks to our higher power, we have chosen the road to recovery. Our philosophy is one of a challenge of a new way of life, overcoming our fears and pressures, accept the fact that once was can never be again.
And Mr. Collins, if I might, we had another graduate from my court who was not able to be with us here today, but he did complete the program through a lot of hard work and a lot of butting his head up against obstacles and making it through. And even though he is not here today, he earned the right to get a shout out and to be acknowledged as a graduate today. And that's Michael B. And so I just wanted to give him a round of applause if he's somewhere.
Well, thank you.
But not least,
Yes, Judge McBurney, and we have Thomas Kine.
the starting center of the drug court basketball team. I'm gonna let you put this on, I can't reach that high. Okay. You're welcome. So Thomas joined, first, who's here on with you?
My father and my mother.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here. I'm going to hear about them in just a second. So Thomas joined drug court in June of 2020. And when we started working together at first, it was hard to figure out what was motivating Mr. Kine. He was in the program, but he was kind of moving laterally. He wasn't working, and there wasn't a lot of focus other than, I guess I need to do these assignments you give me. And he had all day long to do the assignments, but it was like pulling teeth to get him to do what drug court required. And we worked for a while to figure out what's going to get Mr. Kine to focus. And the answer ended up being Dreamland. Is that the name? Dreamland Barbecue. He got a job. It's hitting phase 2. It's hitting phase 2 when he had to work. And Mr. Kine worked with his mother at Dreamland Barbecue. And at first it was like a 4-hour shift. And so it was hard work. I'm tired. It's a lot of stuff. But eventually the guy's working full time. And all of a sudden, the path became a lot straighter for Mr. Kine. And I think your experience illustrates what we see with a lot of clients, is that when there's something that's filling those days other than urges and temptations and the old friends and the old places, all of a sudden they get traction on that road to recovery. And then you were flying through the program. You were in that first phase for a long time, but once work took hold, you were able to focus, ironically, even though you had less time, to focus on recovery, your health, your relationship with your mother, and your father. I knew biologically you had a dad, but I didn't know you had a dad for about halfway through drug court. And all of a sudden, you started talking about, well, what I'm doing this week, I'm connecting with my father. My father's doing this with me and that. And that's something you've earned with your effort to recover and stay sober and start working and plot a course for the future. Mr. Kine picked up a dog along the way as well, Daisy. Daisy. I love dogs. I have 2. I've always had 2. And so when I heard you got a dog, I was like, you're getting to the right space. Things are going well for Mr. Kine. He still works at Dreamland, but his plan for the future is to work on a gaming system. So when you see that IPO for Kine Enterprises, buy it. I'm going to buy it, and you can make us all tech millionaires. It has been a pleasure working with you and seeing you bend that arc towards recovery. And it really has been no looking back. Another peer ambassador, someone who gives of his time to help people get their foot in the door at Hope Hall and start getting focused. I'm guessing you see some of yourself with those the newer clients that you meet, because you weren't quite sure which direction was up, and you found up, and you've been heading up since then. So it's fantastic work. I've enjoyed working with you, and I'm excited for whatever's next.
Well, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'm gonna let you say something, but let's see if others want to add to that.
All right, TK. You have grown in leaps and bounds to me. I think you came in a little handicapped, being taken care of in a lot of many ways and not being self-sufficient or independent. And I think that is one of the biggest things that you gain through your time and experience here. And it's really shown in your self-worth and your self-confidence. And so it's really excellent to see you stand with your head up high and standing tall and firm. And I am absolutely happy to see you today reach this point, and I am encouraged to see how far you take the recovery. So congratulations, and thank you for allowing us to support you through the journey.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Turner.
Congratulations, Mr. Kine. I'm gonna use his hand since you said him do. Just want to say thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you. I have to say, I worked with Mr. Kine for the last month and a half, I'll say that. But the first time I actually met Mr. Kine was in our Christmas store. Mr. Kine had probably about $300 or more or something like that to shop with. And he came in and we had gifts, but Mr. Kine came in with all these big bucks and he says, oh, I think my mom's gonna like this. He did the first big appliance. Oh, I think my mom's gonna like this. He got the next appliance. And so I'm just looking at him like, well, your spouse. And I said, would you like to look at some shirts or something? And so then he gets, no, she likes to cook it in the kitchen and all of this. I said, I can take all of the appliances. So he did get 3 appliances out of there before we could get him to stop shopping. But that's when I knew he loves his mom, okay? So Mr. Kine, keep that kind heart you have. If y'all didn't know, Mr. Kine and some of his colleagues built a computer from scratch, and it is now a workable computer. We are just waiting for him to bring it back up there and show us all about it. But this is a very smart, genius young man. And so I look forward to seeing you doing many great things in the future. So good luck and take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you want to add for the group? Anything?
Yes, well, as you've heard, my name is Thomas, and I am looking at getting into programming. Gaming was just an example I had given to Mr. Brewer, but he sticks with that. Just programming in general, not building a gaming system. And I did have a lot of help with the computer. I just added a lot of things to it. But as far as thank yous, when I first came in, like Miss McBurney said, I didn't, I just knew I wanted to stay out of jail because jail had gotten much worse with COVID, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted. I'd never been sober before for very long. Anyway, I started using when I was 13. So, and I wasn't really bought or, sold on it yet. But after working with the staff, like Miss Yates, I started to see more clearly and just saw how I was thinking, my thinking was wrong. I mean, in every possible way. And I would just like to thank Miss Yates and then Mr. Brewer too. He's tough, but he's a really complex, he's really a jelly bean. And then I would like to thank Mrs. Agundape, Miss Sistrunk, Miss Reeves. There's a couple staff members that aren't here today that I would also like to thank. And of course, I can't forget about Miss Franklin. And then I just want to give a big thank you to my parents, to my mom and my father for supporting me through these last 2 years. Thank you, everybody.
Mr. Collins, I'm going to say one quick thing to the grads, if that's okay. Mr. Kine started us off with the invocation saying that you're starting a new chapter. And I just want to emphasize to you all that for a next chapter to work, you can't forget about the previous chapters. You can't forget about that chapter that got you into drug court, the dark, the scary chapter. But importantly, this chapter you're completing is about resources and techniques and networks. Don't forget about those tools as you start this next chapter. There'll be new challenges, there'll be new adventures, but that next chapter is not going to make sense. It's not going to work out. It's not going to be meaningful if you aren't connecting to the previous chapter. So we encourage you to stay involved with the program. Come back if you can. Be a mentor to other people. Be a mentor to yourself, obviously, but please don't forget about us. And most of all, don't forget about the lessons and the people who supported you through this process. Good luck, all of you. Congratulations. Jelly bean.
Thank you.
I'm not leaving, I'll be right back.
Thank you so much, Judge McBurney. And you mentioned mentoring, and that is the perfect segue for a special recognition that we'd like to make today. In a lot of ways, this is going to be our inaugural class of ambassadors. And so we would like to invite back up Mr. Fitton, Mr. Rogers, and Mr. Kime, and Miss Franklin, who is joining us on Zoom, and we hope we can all hear without any difficulties, has a few words to say to each of you. Come on up.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good, yay. So I did mention, I am Sylvia Franklin. I am also affectionately known as the kindergarten teacher. I have the honor and privilege of having worked with these gentlemen from the beginning, and I'm here at the end to see them out the door. But today I want to speak to you all, speak a few words over them as the peer ambassador liaison. So on behalf of myself and Miss Gail Rogers, I have the honor today of presenting a special award for these three gentlemen who went over and above their accountability court responsibilities by giving back to others. In the recovery community, service to others is a huge component of the recovery process, and these three men did just that by serving as a peer ambassador for our program. The Peer Ambassador Program was born out of a collaboration with the NIATEX change process to improve participant retention rate. This process allowed our staff to pair participants in the later phases, these gentlemen here, with participants in the earlier phases in the program to aid in creating healthy relationships and a recovery network. These ambassadors served as a warm welcome for our new participants from the very first day they stepped foot in Hope Hall for orientation. They were in place to help them get acclimated into a new and perhaps intimidating environment. These men made themselves available in person and by phone as the participant navigated through the initial part of the program. In return, they found a way to connect to the community in a more meaningful way, and the pride of being a live example of what trusting the process looks like. It is also a reminder that the opposite of addiction is what?
Connection.
Connection. Good job. That was a pop quiz for everybody. But yes, the opposite of addiction is connection. But no, it didn't stop there. They also offered a lot of insight as we got this program off the ground, and we as staff are very thankful for you guys. This is why we want to take this time to specially recognize you for the superstars that you are. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Nathan Fitton, Mr. Thomas Kime, and Mr. Richard Rogers. Ms. Rogers, who is also a peer ambassador liaison, we're both honored to have been able to work with you all, along with witnessing your personal and spiritual growth. We hope that you will continue this work after today, and we wish you all well. Much success. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, Ms. Franklin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Franklin. We would like to next, before we close out, we have our amazing ADA, Ms. Rewa Collier, with some words of affirmation.
Thank you. To our drug court, veterans court, and behavioral health treatment court graduates. On behalf of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, congratulations. We are so proud of you and your many accomplishments. It has been an honor watching you along your journey. And as I think of your journey, I think of a quote by Maya Angelou. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Look at your vision boards and see your journey, see your courage. Every time you receive a star, a keychain, a mug, a pen, think it is courage that helped you get there. Well, today you have received the ultimate award, graduations from Accountability Court. This ultimate reward for your courage, for turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones, for overcoming obstacle after obstacle, or as we heard today, bumps in the road. The ultimate reward, graduation from the Fulton County Accountability Court. We know it wasn't easy, but as we heard today over and over and over again, you did it. You did it with courage, you did it with determination, and you did it with trusting the process. Always remember this day. Always remember your tools. And always remember your accountability court. And yes, you have a prosecutor in your family. Congratulations again. Thank you. And I look forward to just seeing so many great things from you.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Collier. I want to take a final opportunity before we sign off today to congratulate our graduates and remind them that this is commencement, not graduation, because this, as Judge McBurney mentioned, is the start of something, not the finish. This is the start of your life in long-term recovery. We want to be here even though you're leaving us in a way. We want to be here to support you, and we want you to have a place where you can connect and where you can return to support those coming behind you. I also want to acknowledge the hard work and perseverance it took for each of you to reach this point in a couple of years that threw the best of us off with the pandemic and with COVID-19 makes what you've achieved especially special. I think it speaks to your resolve and your determination, and it certainly is no small feat. So congratulations upon congratulations for that. So we wish you good luck as you transition to the next stage of your recovery. That does bring us to the close of our ceremony today. For those of you in the courtroom, please enjoy the refreshments. And for everybody on Zoom and YouTube, please have a wonderful weekend, and we hope to see you again very, very soon to celebrate our next batch of worthy graduates. Thank you and good afternoon, everybody.